This is Forza Motorsport, the original Forza Motorsport. That's right, the initial one that kickstarted the legacy of the entire franchise. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So we're taking a look at this on the 360 through the emulation there, the back compat. What are we getting? 480p. It is widescreen though, which is quite nice at 30 FPS. But yeah, no, quite a remarkable experience for its time. I would say this is actually hyper impressive. I mean, obviously, in comparison to the motorsport entries we have in the modern era, this one looks quite antiquated. But at the same time, it really does show, you know, A, how far this franchise has gone, B, how impressive this franchise was when it first released. Wow, what a great looking experience. And again, you might be like, oh wow, no, this looks really old, but seriously, for its era, you know, it's got the guideline options, it's got the full scope of the area and whatnot, because you know the tracks haven't changed a whole lot over the years. But you know what I mean, you just kind of looking at this, oh, that was really bad, I hit the grass there. You know, looking at it, I'm like, wow, this is definitely motorsport, which is so interesting. Now, it's super jagged around the edges, but, you know, it's still got the clouds, and it's got the room. You will notice that there is some, like, I guess you would say almost foggy-like pop-in in regards to some of the backdrop elements. But, you know, they've actually got, like, it looks like fully kind of rendered trees to a degree in some scenarios. It's got the different, you know, I guess you would say landmarks of, you know, the racetrack and everything like that. There's no rewind feature, so I have to actually be slightly careful in regards not to mess things up too much. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that double sucks. No, that guy got me good there. But yeah, just like looking here, you can even see, you know, the guy in the cockpit there. See, I'm nowhere. Alright, I'm nothing without my rewind feature. But, you know, it definitely does handle and play a lot. I guess you would say, like, it doesn't handle totally differently. Like, it feels like a Forza game. Like, it still feels the same. But there's so many technical changes that have happened throughout the years. And I gotta say, it is incredible to kind of see the difference here. You can see, like, just a wide range of vehicles still at the time. Quite impressive. All these assist options that you can kind of choose between, whether you want them on or not. And then there's kind of like the quick play, which is what we're doing. It does seem like there's tracks you have to unlock, so that's kind of interesting. And then there's the regular career mode. I've turned off the motorsport music. I wasn't sure if that was going to be an issue or not. And you know, it does take a second to load or whatnot, but it's still like a really neat experience. I am so used to games in the modern era, but that's pretty quick for loading, right? Like, that's not too bad considering the age of this thing. And you know, it's still like a clear focus on the car itself and the style of the car. And then you can change the perspective still of the vehicle, or, well, I guess not, maybe not still, but, you know, at the time you could do that. It's really, really quite impressive. I have always wanted to take a look at this initial motorsport game and see what it was like. And I have to say, I'm wildly impressed. I can see why people were quick to fall in love with this racing franchise. And, you know, I'm actually really wondering what some later entries kind of look like. Because I played 3 at one point, but I don't really remember it all. I played a bit of 4 and onwards. I'm very, very familiar with those ones. And then the second one, I've never tried that one either. Like, you know, you could tell it's a still image in the backdrop, but it really, mood-wise and stuff, I think this does an excellent job of... Wow, that's a really aggressive driver. I think it does an excellent job of basically emulating the world of this kind of, like, motorsport, right? I mean, this is really, really quite cool. A lot of detail in the trees. Nowadays, you'd be like, oh, it's not... You know, the world could be a lot better and stuff like that, but, you know, you kind of almost compare this to the games of today, and racing games kind of have been pretty straightforward over the years, right? You go race on the set tracks, you get a wide range of different vehicles and scenarios, and then you just kind of compete. And I am kind of floored by this. You've got to be kidding me, not again. What is with this sensitivity on this? Unbelievable. But no, I really genuinely am impressed by what they've set up here, and I can't believe that I slipped all the way to last place, basically. Right at the end. That was like a Mario Kart hit job. That's what that was. And then it's got like a full kind of rewind feature that's present. This is almost something that you would take for granted. Like, I'm just really floored by the technology in this one. And I know we've come, you know, so far. There's like a little bit of screen tearing going on. I know we've gone so far in regards to visual fidelity and increases of technology and the scope of everything like that. But as a first entry, wow. No, I definitely get why they kind of kicked PGR a little bit there to the, well, completely to the side at this point, but huh. This is genuinely a good-looking racing game. I don't know if I just have like a good appreciation for the past, but as soon as I turned it on, I was like, oh wow, I don't know what I was expecting, but I definitely wasn't expecting this sort of quality experience, that's for sure. I am kind of like, wow, okay, let's go for, I wanted A class, but I guess I got B class here. Let's see, Nissan. Very, I wouldn't say too limited, but like, actually we should take a look at the A class. I wonder what the A class has. You know, definitely not as many cars as I am used to today. And then we got like a racing class. Let's see, Porsche. Ah, a Corvette. Yes, let's do it. This is an oldie. I mean, all of this is going to be old. But fundamentally, the tracks are essentially the same, which is so cool. Loading the Porsche. Loading the... Oh, so it's actually going to load, and it's telling you that it's loading the individual cars onto the tracks, and it's simulating the qualifying. That is so interesting that it actually is like a menu that kind of like lets you know what's happening. Wow. The Corvettes have changed a lot over the years too. Look at those big puffy clouds. Now this one is a lot more jagged. Why are the other racers so aggressive? I guess we don't have the Drivatars at this point, right? Like, the Drivatars come way later, but... Wow. I can't believe I've also been, like... I guess you would say, reviewing and playing Forza this long already. Like, you know, obviously not since the start, but I began covering it with Horizon 2. I had played the other ones prior to that, but, like, just the fact that it's been that long of a stretch for myself is kind of just, like, amazing. And then seeing 3 at a PAL's way back in the day, it's kind of cool just to get this perspective of where we came from. Like, you can even see the shadows that they're trying to simulate on the vehicles there from the sun on this direction. It's just really neat. And despite me not doing too well in many of the races I've done, I gotta say, it still feels really good to play. Like, handling wise and stuff like that, I really don't have too many issues. Yeah. This is kind of a really, really good experience. A good slight bit of vibration and whatnot, too. Huh. I am really digging this. This is really good. I'd actually sit here and play this one. See, a good game? Always a good game. Even though they become, again, immediately almost throwaway like the motorsport games. When you put out a new one, right? It just replaces the one prior. It's still, there's something about this that still comes across as enjoyable. It makes you wonder if anyone else is giving this one a whirl at this point. Or am I the only one that's actually enjoying the open roads and the racing tracks of the original motorsport experience? Like, again, I know the trees and stuff aren't, like, super impressive, but they feel like they've got enough depth to them. And they blend in well with the world. It looks almost very realistic for its era. Like, I probably would have just been like, whoa, these graphics are insane. I came first. It was all about the Corvette. That's all I needed. I just needed the Corvette. And that's how I became a champion. It's the car that makes the driver. The driver doesn't make the car. Guess we didn't unlock this. Let me guess, we actually gotta go into the tournament career mode to do that. Multiplayer. Yeah, multiplayer doesn't work anymore. Let's see Xbox Live. Yeah, let's see connecting. Yeah, I know the online multiplayer is all closed off. I'm just wondering what it says. All the games have like different, I guess you would say, like little sayings and stuff that are like, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. Although this is taking a while. Yeah, no troubleshooting there because you can't play it anyways. It would have been amazing if this could have been backwards compatible. And then on top of that, like have the multiplayer server still going today and doing like a race like this. If that makes sense, you know, that just would have been spectacular. It's called a Drivatar at this point. Train a Drivatar to use your racing techniques. This driver can race for you in career. What? I thought the Drivatars, or well, I guess maybe the cloud-based Drivatars came way later. I didn't realize they actually had called them Drivatars all the way back then. I can't believe that. Point-to-point online career. Amateur. Okay, let's do it. Single light with restrictions already. Front-wheel drive event. Let's do all-wheel drive event. Okay, let's go. Blue Mountain. It's simplistic menus, but it gets the point across. Blue Mountains Raceway. Raceway time forever. Oh, it's in Fahrenheit. I don't know how to read that at all. I assume it's warmish? I don't know. Really not too sure. Simulate the qualifying. Okay, let's go. Let's get into this race. It really is neat that it like lets you know what it's doing though. Nowadays it's just like a bar. Well, actually we don't even really have loading nowadays. I like that there's actually like people in the crowd too. It doesn't look like they move. They're sort of just still figures. But it kind of gives the feeling that there's people in the crowd. Oh wow, this is way slower than I am used to. Ah, look at those big chunky little mountain things in the backdrop and that low resolution skyline. This is such a different time period for gaming. Huh. What a truly unique experience, that's for sure. I'm really having fun diving into this classic game, I guess you would say. It takes me back, being the original Motorsport. We got those billboard ads in here too. Yeah, definitely the newer Motorsport games. They have a lot more billboard advertising and whatnot around the edges and everything like that. Well, of course it's more realistic, right? Like it basically perfectly captures the tracks and whatnot of the modern era. I'd say this one does too. Like it does a pretty spectacular job, at least for the ones that I'm used to in the later Motorsport games. It seems to capture the authenticity of the tracks quite well. Yeah, it's a very neat level. The original Xbox logo. Whoa. Oh, that was a tight corner, and that is going to be the loss of this race, I think, unless I can make a crazy comeback. Yeah, did not see that coming. Although it is feeling like we are getting some performance stuff here. Hits, but again, I can't tell if that's just the game or it's just through the emulation for the 360. It's actually amazing the 360 can play as many games as it can. And a nice thing, I borrowed a 360 Slim, and yeah, if you guys have been watching my other blast from the past kind of videos, you would know that using the other 360, my original 360 Elite, it sounds crazy loud, whereas I cannot even hear this 360 Slim. It is absolutely silent. What a pleasure it is to have a console not making noise, I gotta say. Wow. It's just me, the open road, and the light drizzling rain that is on the outdoors. A truly remarkable time, that is for sure. Let's roll, guys. Well, I'm trying to make a comeback here, but I think that's going to be pretty hard to do, but I will try my best. Kind of sucks that I got that bad of a hiccup going on that hill there. Yeah, it's kind of hard to make up that kind of time. But I can definitely see why this became such a prestige-like competitive racing series for the console over the years. I think this was the right direction for them to go with this franchise. I mean, we've certainly seen it hit like extreme heights over the years in regards to, oh geez, that is not good. Yeah, okay, I lost that race. Let's go do a different one. But we've seen it reach such heights in the modern era. It's truly impressive what they've been able to accomplish and do with this one. Let's do Road Atlanta. See if I have a hard time with this one. Road Atlanta. That's a lower Fahrenheit. I would imagine it's probably freezing. Ah, just kidding. I have no idea. I wish I did. I certainly wish I did. Alright, let's see if we get there eventually. Loading the RDT. Nice. That is the thing to load. Simulate qualifying. Alright, come on, let's go. Oh yeah, look at that vehicle. Look at those realistic lights. Oof. The premier racing franchise of the Xbox platform. That's what this is. And it is today as well. Look, they got like little tents and stuff. I don't know if they really do much of the tent stuff in the modern era. I don't really remember too many racetracks. They do that have all the tents. I think the harder part was trying to find some tracks that I could kind of like compare between the different Forzas, if that makes sense. I was kind of hoping to see the Bernese Alps, but I didn't notice that one. I don't know when that one first comes in the series, but I do love that track, that is for sure. This is kind of a cool level. All the RVs and stuff. Very neat. And I guess it would also reflect the car culture of the time too, right? Because that does change surrounding what you do with cars and how people experience things, right? Very interesting. Because at the time of doing this, we're essentially going, you know, preparing to look at the next entry in the Motorsport series, right? And it's just going to rename, basically take over the naming for this one. And I can't wait to see what they do with the prestige of that. Oh, look at the Porsche. Oh, look at that crazy camera angle. But I would say mostly I'm just genuinely impressed by this. It's fun and it feels good to play and handle. It's actually kind of outstanding. Whoa. Did my stopping cause that guy to, like, whirl out like that? That's crazy. Oh, Suzuki. They've even got the advertisement going in there. Years strong, they're still getting their advertisement bucks out of this one, that's for sure. Huh. I like this track quite a bit. It's pretty cool. Power is nothing without control. That's true. That is true. You see the trees and everything? Wow. I don't know if other people, when you're taking a look at this, are as impressed as I am, but I'm like looking at all these small technical things, and I'm like, oh, well, not how did they pull this off, but wow, I can't believe they pulled this off at the time. Ooh. I think that technical is going to hurt me there. Yeah, they really nailed this one. I mean, you can even hit the pylons and they kind of move and stuff. Physics were a big thing at the time too, right? A lot of games are doing physics-based things. No, that open countryside, it's still, like, this probably felt breathtaking at the time, and then you can do this, and you can, like, speed into the new one and see that legacy there. It's kind of cool. I'm saying, like, just I'm coming up with my mind, it'd be really cool to have this, and then show the new one kind of like a fade into it, and it'd be like, whoa. Oh no, oh no, oh no, that's not good. I think that's gonna really kill my rating there. Oh no. So close towards the end where I'm in first two. Don't worry, some other car could come like randomly flow into me and knock me spiraling off into the distance, which would be hilarious. It wouldn't be so traumatizing, right? Alright, let's get going. I'm gonna slow down a lot because we don't want to spiral out. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. That is a lot of bad negative time. Now I'm in third. I didn't realize they'd be so aggressive.